Yeah. Well, you have tuned in to Daring to Dare. Chapter 4, Unconditional Love, Part 5. Oh, by the way, I'm a very determined person. I finally was able to get Dusty up so that you can see the full beauty of the dog. Of course, you can see my artistic ability as well. And I am somewhat artistic. I'm very determined. I'm stubborn too. Holland Dutch, I think, is where it comes from. Very obstinate. But anyway, most of the time it pays off because when I start something, I don't stop. I wanted to tell you about an episode that I had coming out of Penny's years ago. I was dating Brad, and we were going to meet up later on in the night. It was a Saturday, and I decided to go to Penny's in Norristown. At that time, it was the only Penny's around. And not that I went there for anything particular, but something was drawing me there. I can't remember right now. Well, out I came, and it was right at closing time of the store. I believe it was 9:30. It was still, I mean, this is dead of summer, so the days were very long, and it was starting to get dark, but it wasn't there yet. And I started walking to my car. And off to the distance, I saw this guy, blonde hair, very fair skin, kind of like me actually. And off at a distance, I didn't think anything of it. I get in my car. I had just locked my door. Thank God. Because there he was trying to get into my car. Now, this is the second male that is trying to get into my car in my lifetime. Thank God there weren't any others. The first one, I knew who it was. This second one, I didn't have a clue. Well, I was scared to death. If that door was not locked, he would have gotten in there, he would have gotten me, and he would have done whatever he wanted because that's what he was trying to do. Well, I started the car, and I had to back up, and I backed up. Thank God there wasn't anybody in back of me. I backed up and I shot out of that parking spot, and I brushed him. I know I brushed his body on my way out because as I was coming out, I curved it as well. And as soon as I could, I went forward and I rushed right to my boyfriend's house, Brad. And I told him what I went through. And he suggested, well, let's go back, see if that guy's still there. I was like, that's a good idea. So we drove all the way back to Penny's. I would say it was a good half an hour drive. And of course, the guy wasn't there. Now, why neither one of us thought about calling the police? I should have called the police, but you know what? Back then, there were no cell phones. There was no, I don't even remember if there was a 911. I mean, I'm going back, I don't want to tell you, decades ago. But there was definitely no cell phones. And so the store was closing. I don't know of any of the other stores that were open. So, I mean, you know, I really didn't have the option of calling the police. But so there it was. There was my experience. Thank God for cell phones today. I've used my cell phone on many occasions, not in that instance, of course, thank God, that was my last time. But I was always very concerned and always looking around whenever I went into a parking lot. I have found out that many women, young girls, are abducted from parking lots. These guys hide anywhere. They even hide underneath your car. You know, if they spot you going in and they're interested, they will be underneath your car and pop up at a minute's notice, and you're done. You are done. So it's just a warning to all you young ladies out there. Be very careful. And you know what? I know it's the rage to be talking on your cell phone all the time, but it's dangerous because you do not know what's happening around you, and that is very, very dangerous. I often see young women walking along the streets of Philadelphia in areas that are maybe not as safe as other areas. And they have that cell phone in, they don't have a clue, they can't hear police cars, they can't hear fire engines, they can't hear anything. And I don't know why, you need to realize that that's not safe. So please, heed my warning. Phew, it's hot. I don't know about you, but I have to take this off. Woo! Whoa. Yeah, how do you like this? Woo. Feels good. It must be 95 degrees out there today. And guess what? I'm heading for the pool. I hope you can do it as well. Until next time, au revoir, mes amis.